How's it, everyone? It's another perfect day for it. Bike riding. Gonna do the Liège-Bastogne Liege. It's quite a nice and important race in the calendar. It's a race I really have been part of a winning team. We've got a team here with a previous winner, Faucons. We got Woodsy, who was up there last year, 5th. We've got a really good squad here. Really excited. So today I'm going to take you around the recon of the course and we're going to see how we go. So we'll start at the Côte de Desnie and we'll end up with 100 k's on the clock today, and guys will check their gears, tires, things like that. So take you for the spin. It's a race of nutrition, knowing where to be, and also being able to climb and handle a whole bunch of climbs within a short period. So basically the last 100k is where we start getting all the climbs. I'm starting here on the recon here from the Côte de Stockeu. It's basically just before this we've hit a hard climb called Côte de Desnie, which really strings the peloton out and has a mad run into the Stockeu. The Stockeu is very, very steep. You can't really see it on the pictures, but it ranges from about 15% or so, and maybe a little bit steeper near the top. But it's quite a long climb, about 1.1 k's long, but very, very steep and very, very narrow. Now the trick with the Stockeu here is once you get to the top, actually here you'll see, I'll show you quickly what, there's a little statue of Eddie Merckx, all these victories, 3 World Championships, 500 odd victories. So obviously Belgium is a country where they love cycling. Now we should do this mad descent down into what is probably one of the crucial parts of the race called the Haute Levée. Now the difficulty with just before the Haute Levée is as you come through the town here, you see that we hit this cobbled section. This cobbled section makes it extremely hard, kind of takes a snap out of your legs, makes it very, very difficult for you to actually position yourself for the next climb. Actually here where you've ended on the top of the Stockeu is where you'll be at the start of Haute Levée. There's nowhere to pass, and like I said, it strings the peloton out in one long line. Now Haute Levée is a strong, just straight, not overly steep, but 10% climb with a little bit of a twist near the top. Now the interesting part here with Haute Levée is once you get to the top is that it does become a little bit more open, and this is where we start seeing the first big attacks, teams trying to force the race a little bit, trying to get guys to move in the breakaways, trying to create a different scenario, trying to put some team on the back foot, and that's what changes can change things quite a bit. But you know, we normally see the breakaway still away at this point or nothing. Everyone kind of nullifies each other, cancels each other out. Then we're going to go into the Col du Rosier. This is a very, very tricky climb as well. It's in very tricky running, come from a big road, and you know, it kind of comes back on itself right at the bottom, so you come to like a standstill and then you got to get going again, and it's one of the longer climbs in the race. And this is particularly a part where a lot of guys, a lot of workers, those kinds of guys that done a bit of the grunt work start to fall away. Guys are giving up, guys that don't have the legs are starting to give up, gaps are starting to form in the peloton, and the race is starting to we're starting to realize here who's going to be at the front. Mainly the front players are near the front, and there's some guys that are at this point are probably dropped in the race and don't even know it. Yeah, then we do kind of a series of, you know, up and downs and things like that, where they've put a new climb. Well, it's the same new climb as last year, but it's the second time being in this race, which is the Côte de Desnie. And this one is quite interesting because it's, number one, it's going to be just before La Redoute, and you know, guys want to be in position, but it's also a straight climb, which is quite a leg snapper for a lot of guys. Very, very difficult, 10-12% for around 2k's long. You know, in this race particularly, going to be I'm riding a 36 chainring, not that I'll use it on this climb, but 3654 is my gear choice, and 1130 cassette. But you know, this is a climb where, you know, you start to feel a little bit on the limit. You know, the guys are thinking about La Redoute, but the interesting part about La Redoute, which you'll see here, is the mad running. It's a super fast running, 70, 80k an hour running, a series of left and right and over a little river and then back into lefts and right, and this just causes the peloton just to string into one long line. And you know, position here is key. A lot of teammates are burning guys in the front just to hold position. Everyone's pedaling, no one can pedal any faster, everybody's spinning out. It's just chaos. So, you know, by the time you hit La Redoute, you're already at 180 beats per minute. It looks like on TV that everybody just runs into it, but it's far from that. They hit La Redoute, which is a steeper part of the climb, and it's very, very difficult at the bottom, and it just gets steeper and steeper near the top. Also super narrow. Remember, you've been lined out from the peloton. There's been some guys sitting up, creating gaps, things like that. It's a really, this is the moment in the race where you know either you've got the legs to go into the final wave, or you're just hanging on and you're going to be filling a teammate's role, or you'd get dropped at this point. You go over the top and it's a little bit flat, a little bit undulating before we get to the final, which I'll say is the final. Well, there's the Spremont in between there, and you can see, yeah, I kind of met, this is kind of where I asked Remco and Julian a couple of hard questions, because we caught them out in recon.
Yes.
You follow my channel?
Yeah, but you don't see it, but...
No, but you follow my channel.
Of course.
Good. Hey, Julian! You follow my channel?
Hello guys. Yes, of course.
Oh, good. You know, this Spremont climb that I've just shown you, that where we caught those guys, is going to be one of those climbs where, you know, it's not a factor in the race, but it's definitely just one that, you know, takes the sap out of the legs into the run in the Côte de la Roche Facons. The run into there is very, very twisty, and it's not it's not a super narrow road or anything, but it's quite twisty, so getting the front there, having teammates there is always valuable. You go through a series of turns, and then as you hit the Roche Facons, you know you're there because it's steep, it's narrow, and you know, position there is key, because if the front guys go there and you have to pass guys, it's very difficult to catch someone. Particularly, this is where the race is won or lost. We've seen guys like Taye Pakaja, Mike Woods, Jakob Fuglsang, you know, Bob Jungles, you know, win from this kind of, you know, some of them have won from this, putting in a big attacker or being in the final to sprint for the victory. So this is where it's a make or break between those front guys. This is where the race is won. Then we do a mad, you know, not mad, but it's a little bit sketchy in some parts, quick run into the downhill. It's about 8k to go. The downhill is quite twisty through some of the houses there, and then we finish on a straight, nice road, say 700 meters of pure plain flat sprinting paradise between those front cars. So hope you guys enjoyed this. There you go, that's the end of the Liège recon. Tough as always. You know, tomorrow we'll probably be spending about 6,500 kilojoules at the end of the day. Going to be a solid one. Like I said before, it's the biggest, probably the hardest race of the season. Kilojoules wise, power wise, average power, those kinds of things. So look forward to the Doyen. Tomorrow we might get a little bit wet, hopefully not, but chances are it could rain in Bastogne. So, but we're looking for a dry finish. We're looking for some exciting action and emptying the tank tomorrow. So see you guys then. Thanks for watching. Be lekker, subscribe, like.